Hello, everybody. Welcome. As coming up, we have the Bulldogs against Vancouver Spirit. I'm ready for Jordan Swanson.
Hi, everybody. My name is Josh Swanson. We're expecting a great matchup today as the past matchup between these two teams ended in a 2-1 win for the Bulldogs. In net for the Spirit, we've got number 1, James Turnbull. And in net for the Bulldogs, we have number 31, Reggie Boo.
Puck drop just about to happen here as Vancouver wins it back and gets it to a defenseman. He goes off the boards and gets into the Burnaby zone. Burnaby recovers. Defenseman taking time, gets off the boards. Vancouver intercepts and gets it deep as Vancouver chases, tries to get it net front. Burnaby wheeling around as they intercept it. Going off the boards to a winger. Winger can't quite get it out. Defenseman carries it, gets it deep. Chase for the puck. Vancouver wins it, although Burnaby quickly intercepts. Burnaby trying to get it out of the zone here, and they just do. As they get it deep. And linesman calls off the icing. Vancouver getting it out here to a winger. Winger goes cross ice. Burnaby carrying into the zone now. Driving to the net. Puck in front. He gets a shot here. Saved by the goalie. Vancouver now carrying out. Goes cross ice. Can't quite connect to his teammate. Linesman calls icing.
That was a very close icing there. They almost got past the red line, but dumped it just before.
Face off now in Vancouver's zone.
And just about to get started now.
Equal so far, first minute and 15. As linesman adjusting, and Burnaby wins it. Goes for a shot on net, gets blocked. Gets another one, but goalie stops it, and net goes off as the Burnaby player collides. Good plays there.
13:35 to go in the first period. 0-0 game.
Face off in the same spot as it was before.
Bottom our far right dot. Or far left dot.
Oh no, they're bringing it out. Face off just outside of the zone as Burnaby wins it. Fight for it at the red. Burnaby gets it. Although Vancouver now carrying up in the neutral zone. Ice and offside here for Vancouver. Face off just outside of Burnaby's zone here.
It's Xiao Wan Lee up against
playing the puck here. Vancouver trying to get his own entry. Carrying on the side, takes a shot. Goalie gets it. It freezes it. Face off now in Burnaby's zone as Vancouver try to capitalize on the face off.
shots are about 3-1 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Higgs takes it. Vancouver. Although little scrum in the corner here. Burnaby comes away with it. Exiting the zone now. Dumps it down just a little bit too far and we'll have an icing.
And the face-off will be in our close dot on the glove hand side of the Burnaby Bulldogs goaltender. relatively easy night so far for him, as he's only had about 1 or 2 shots on him.
Yeah, I think about 2. Higgs takes the draw again for Vancouver. Wins it. Gets it to a winger. Winger gets it to the D. D carrying across. Gets a shot. Blocked by the defenseman. Now going behind the net. Fighting for it. Gets it to a defenseman. Defenseman struggles with it. Gets it back on around the boards behind the net for the Burnaby defender. Pressure. Tries to get it out. Goes to Vancouver. Gets it back in deep. Burnaby now trying to chip it out. Can't quite do it. Vancouver on the blue. Gets it low. Going behind the net. Tries to get it in front. Can't quite connect. Defenseman centers it. Burnaby players intercept. Burnaby now gets the puck out. Vancouver regrouping in neutral ice. No, he goes all the way back down to his own zone. Now makes a pass. Doesn't connect as Burnaby keeps it in the zone. Scrum now along the boards. Referee trying to stay out of the way. Vancouver with the puck again. Tries to get it out. Defenseman intercepts. Although blocked by the winger. Now a little race here. Although defenseman intercepts and he'll go behind the net. Curl. Take a shot. Goalie saves it. Or no. It's a goal. Slips under the pads.
And that is a really tough shot
tough.
for the 10D to stop there. It's
Cooper Lee with the goal. Just 5-hole.
An easy lead here with 11:19 to go in the first period. And it's 1-0 Spirit.
Good feisty game here so far as we'll have a draw at center. And Vancouver wins that one. So far, killing it in the draws. Defense gets it deep. Burnaby player misses it, resulting in no icing. Vancouver chases hard. They win the puck here, although Burnaby gets it when they try to center. Burnaby now skating up, 3-on-2. Skating. Cuts between the defensemen, though, can't quite keep the puck. Now behind the net. He gets it on the half wall. Vancouver trying to get it out. Burnaby stops it. Puck behind the net. Goes around the boards. Defenseman gets it back in deep. Burnaby carrying, curling again. Gets it to his defenseman. Defenseman gets it deep. Burnaby now behind the net. Looking for a move. Tries to center it. Can't quite connect. Vancouver carrying out now. They get it out, although Burnaby quickly recovers. Looking for a quick re-entry. Vancouver stops that. Nice move by the defenseman there. Although he gives it up. Vancouver still trying to get it out. Puck goes deeper into their zone. Vancouver carries. Gets it to his teammate. Vancouver getting it out. Just gets it out. Trying to get it past the line. Can't quite do it. Pass it to his defenseman. Defenseman looking for a pass. Just decides to dump it deep, and Burnaby can't quite get a hand on it. Goes deep into their zone now. Looking for a recovery. Nice pass by the defenseman. Get it over the stick. Winger can't quite corral it. Burnaby gets it way deep and looks like we'll have another icing here.
With 9 Spirit. Both goalies have been playing pretty good to start this game off. We've got
good pressure from both teams so far.
Number 6 in the face-off. So far, the Spirit have been dominating in the face-off category.
They have. Once again, dominating. Defenseman looking for a shot. Tipped. Oh, just barely misses. Burnaby now. Trying to skate. Cuts into the middle now. Just a one-on-one now. Gets around him. Cuts back. Gets checked by the back checker. Now Burnaby trying to carry. Vancouver. Burnaby now. Quick skating, number 11. Trying to beat. Good shot just off the post. Behind the net. Burnaby can't quite keep it in the zone, and Vancouver now, with some time, beats one defender. Skating in, gets it deep and goes for a change, as Vancouver will provide some pressure. Burnaby now going for another skate. Just going. Makes a drop pass to his teammate. Teammate gets it back down low on the half wall. Now a little fight for it in the corner as Vancouver looks to get away with it, and they try and throw it deep. Can't quite do it. Burnaby keeps it in the Vancouver zone, although Vancouver's defenseman gets it to a winger who can't quite get it out, and Burnaby deep in the zone again. Vancouver's defenseman now trying to get it out, gets it to his winger. Winger just gets it out and gets it a little deep. Burnaby's defenseman going back to get it. Vancouver's player gives a pretty good check. Burnaby now fighting for it. Vancouver keeps it in. Burnaby gets it back, carrying through the neutral zone. Skating in. Looking for a center, can't quite get it. Behind the net now. Vancouver with a nice breakout. Burnaby recollects in the neutral. Burnaby just behind the blue dumps it in. Now Vancouver again. Gets a clean breakout this time. Carrying it in. Can't quite get it deep. Burnaby recovers. Goes off the referee. Vancouver trying to get a shot off. Gets tipped. Little fight for it again now in the corner. Moves to the other side. Burnaby tries to get it out. Vancouver's defenseman gets a knock on it, although Burnaby still gets it out. Now a little pressure here. Vancouver's defenseman gets it out well enough. Vancouver now with time. D-to-D pass. Skating with it. Vancouver can't quite beat the two defenders. Burnaby fighting for it. Trying to get it out of the zone. They can't quite do it. Vancouver goes D-to-D at the blue. Number 4 dumps it deep. Burnaby tries to get it out. Can't quite do it. Vancouver keeps it in. Fighting behind the net. Vancouver tries to center. Once again, can't quite get it. Burnaby gets it out. Not quite enough for an icing, though, as Vancouver's forced to regroup. Vancouver gets it deep. Once again, can't connect. Burnaby moving it along to their D. Tries to get it up the boards. Burnaby intercepts it. Now Burnaby trying to break it in. He goes deep. Rimming it around for his teammate. Fighting along for it. Vancouver now recovered. Going for a breakout. Defenseman can't quite get it out. Now a little scrum and it pops out. Vancouver now, only 4 minutes left. Fighting for it in the corner. Drives, tries to center. Connects but can't quite get a shot off. Too much pressure now for Burnaby as they can't get it out, but now they do. Now race for the puck as Burnaby's player crashes into the goalie and looks like we'll have net off.
Looking at that replay, looked like a good race there, although both players do fall.
Yeah.
The goalie over there,
Good
number
effort.
one, trying to explain his point to the ref, possibly about a penalty.
Yeah, it was a good race there. Both players fought hard as both teams are getting good momentum swings here.
Good chances.
Great chances for both teams, although other than the first goal, not really any capitalization. As Vancouver's having some difficulties figuring out who will take the face-off, looks like. Asking questions to the referees. As
looks like number 19 is going to be taking the draw against
once
number
again
7.
19 has been dominant in the face-off circle so far this game. As
And
he'll win it once
another
again. Vancouver going D-to-D behind the net. Can't quite get a good pass off, although he does theirs. Defenseman looks to get it up the boards. He does. Winger now carrying in the center. Makes a nice move to beat the defender. Carrying it up now. Just throws it deep. And lets his partner chase. Now pressure from Vancouver here as Burnaby is able to beat it. Going for a skate here. Gets it to his... Can't quite get it to his teammate. Goes up the feet of the linesman who calls it onside. Vancouver now with space. Throws it behind to his partner who can't quite get it. Winger retrieves it. Skating again. Now with speed. Tries to center it. Can't quite connect. Burnaby tries to chip it off. Can't quite get it past. Scrum along red now. Burnaby with it. Breaking in the center. Gets checked by 5. 5 comes away with it. Vancouver now trying to get it out. Burnaby stops that. Throws it down to on the half wall. Carrying behind the net. Tries to center it. Gets intercepted. Vancouver once again can't quite get it out. Scrum along the boards. Vancouver finally gets it out. Burnaby though with the puck. Defenseman going for a skate. Cutting through everybody. Takes a shot. Glove saved by the goalie.
And a big stop there for the Spirit, as the Bulldogs haven't had very many dangerous opportunities.
Not really any shots off.
And
Although they're getting good pressure, I'll say.
yeah, great pressure. Laney and the ref are having a conversation. And the Tendy's been making the saves he's had to make.
Vancouver once again winning the draw. Although Burnaby once again putting pressure. Keeping the puck in the zone. Fighting for it. 2-on-1. Burnaby. Vancouver finally gets away with it. But Burnaby gets it back deep. Burnaby gets it down. Defenseman curling. Tries to go D to D. Gets intercepted, but just barely gets away with it, as there will be a penalty on Burnaby there. Number 11 looks like.
And looking at that replay,
That was definitely a trip, I'll say.
oh yeah. There's no escape
Good effort, though.
that one.
I'll give it a good effort, though. Burnaby now on the penalty kill. Burnaby now on the penalty kill as Vancouver will try to make it a 2-0 lead.
This penalty possibly going into the...
As Vancouver once again wins it. Defenseman takes a shot at the point. Gets blocked. Vancouver now behind the net. Curling. Gets checked. 2-on-1 against the Burnaby player. Burnaby just gets it out. Vancouver now slow regroup in the neutral zone. goes cross ice to the winger. Winger carrying, centers it. Vancouver on the half wall. Tries to throw it deep. Burnaby intercepts it. Going along the boards. Defenseman gets it. Tries to go D to D. Can't quite connect. Vancouver gets it in deep as Burnaby will try and once again get it out. 40 seconds left. Minute 13 on the penalty. Vancouver now driving on the goal line. Turns around, takes a shot, goes off the skate. Vancouver player gets it. Goalie makes a good save. And referee blows it dead.
Puck was still a little loose there, but
out of his sight.
Didn't see the puck. 27 seconds to go left in the first period. And the Spirit are up 1-0.
Yeah, it's good penalty kill from Burnaby here. Not really letting anything happen for Vancouver, although decent shot to start it. As Vancouver wins it again, this time not directly to his defenseman. Defenseman can't quite keep it on side as Vancouver will have to clear out, giving Burnaby quite a lot of time as they'll just dump it deep, more or less killing the rest of this period. As Vancouver will try to get one last chance here. Burnaby applying pressure. As that'll do it for our first period. 1-0 Vancouver.
Shots are about 10 for Bulldogs and about 5 for the Spirit.
Yeah, pretty equal so far here. Both teams getting good pressure, although Vancouver is dominated in the face-off circle, I will say.
Head coach of the Bulldogs, Ken Pilgrim, giving a pep talk to his team, as well as head coach Ed giving a pep talk to his team.
Yeah, Burnaby here, important home playoff game.
Justin Turnbull.
No worries. Important playoff home game here for Burnaby as not many games left, I believe, in playoffs.
Yeah. Here they're fighting for possible playoff spots.
Every point from a win to a tie to even the sportsmanship point says Burnaby will try to not take too many more penalties here.
5 penalties per team.
So quite a lot of space for both teams here.
Yeah.
Just hope they don't reach that. As buzzer goes in second period here soon to start, another 15 minutes as Burnaby will try to tie the game as Vancouver will try to increase their lead. Jonah Kim taking the draw for Burnaby, it seems, as he's lined up at center dot. Lined up along with Aiden Leong and Sai. Along with Tristan Ng. For Vancouver, Ethan Nguyen lined up with Lucas Lee and looks to be Elijah Chang on his wings, as Vancouver's defenseman will try and get that in, and Burnaby will go chase as there's 30 seconds left in this penalty. Vancouver now has it below the goal line, fighting for it. Burnaby gets it low, and that'll leave 15 seconds left on this penalty. Vancouver carrying. Tries to get it down the middle. Burnaby intercepts it, and that'll be offside for Burnaby as it goes off number 7.
Burnaby's had a great penalty kill so far, limiting the opportunities, which is ideally what you want to do. 4 seconds to go on the power play, 4:29 to go in the period. And this penalty kill has gone right as planned for the Bulldogs, and the Spirit power play not going as they would hope.
Face off now just outside of Vancouver's zone as there's 4 seconds left in this penalty. Burnaby now wins it. First time in a bit as Burnaby now officially killed off that penalty. Saw a little chance here in the middle, although Vancouver swats that way. Vancouver now. He makes a good move to check the puck away. Fighting for it. 3-on-1 now. Burnaby fighting for it along the boards as Vancouver player is on his knees. Burnaby now curling, cutting through the center. Now a little 3-on-1 here as he cuts wide. Looks for the centering pass. Players stick off the ice, doesn't quite connect, and Vancouver's turn now. Lots of pressure here from Burnaby. Burnaby gets it. And Vancouver now curling around, looking for another centering pass, it looks like, as he goes just off the goalie's pads and he'll freeze it.
13:22 to go in the period. In the second period, that is, and both teams making full changes.
Good quality chance there for Burnaby. Can't quite connect. And
face-off is on the blocker side of the Burnaby Bulldogs goaltender, and the line's person setting up his centers and wingers. It's number 18 going against number 6.
It's true.
And it's another face-off win for the Spirit.
Nice. They get it to the defense. The defense goes to a slap shot. Can't quite connect. Burnaby now loses the puck, and Vancouver fighting for it on the boards. Trying to make a move. Vancouver gets it to his defenseman. Defenseman can't quite get a shot off. Burnaby checks it out of the zone. Burnaby just dumps it deep. Vancouver dumps it deep. Sorry. Now. Deep into their zone is recollect behind the net. We're going D to D now. And going along the winger. Just gets it out, and Vancouver gives enough pressure. Now Vancouver has the puck. Zone entry here. Takes a far shot, goes off the goalie's blocker. Vancouver will chase into the corner here. Puck battle for it. Burnaby. They just get it out now. Vancouver. D to D pass. He'll get it deep, and Vancouver will provide chase. Pressuring on Burnaby's defenseman. Burnaby's defenseman just Vancouver defenseman says no. Yes, and gets it out of the zone. Now over the red line. Vancouver trying to get it back. Puck battle. Vancouver now carrying just over the blue line. Cutting across the ice. Takes a shot. Gets chipped away by the defenseman. Burnaby, little over here. As Vancouver doesn't have to do much. Pass doesn't connect. Defenseman now behind the net. Gets pressured by two Burnaby players. They can't quite make a pass. Burnaby defenseman keeps it in, though. Cuts across the wingette line. Can't quite make the third move, though. Vancouver now skating up. As he'll skate in. Centers it. Can't quite make the pass. Vancouver gets a shot. Goes off the goalie's pass. Goes into the corner. Carrying. They get it just out of the zone. Vancouver's defenseman now trying to check the boards. No checker and a defender, no one else to beat. Curls, loses the defender. Vancouver really makes a decent save and stops the puck there. 10:30 left in the second.
Both teams have been playing very well. It's a very close game, just like all of their matchups so far this season.
Face off Vancouver zone. Burnaby looking to get one of their wins as they can't quite do it in Burnaby. Well, carry it behind his net, or Vancouver, sorry. Gets it just out of the zone, although slips and bats it down the ice as go for icing, and Vancouver will try to center it, can't quite do it. Now Burnaby coming out of the zone. Gets it to the middle, tries the 1T, goalie stops it.
Power play for
Vancouver now skates. Freezes it. Good save by the goaltender there. As I think I've been muted.
and some friendly banter going on between the Bulldogs captain and number 19 on the Spirit.
Great play there by both the goalie and the number 19 who was on the breakaway, as now he'll take the draw as he's on the penalty kill still. 1:43 left. Burnaby now. Burnaby here. He'll center it. Done on the 3-on-1 as now Burnaby's defenseman will carry it to the slot and curl around. Looking for a shot here. Takes it, goes high, goalie stops it. Nice glove save.
.8:41 to go in the second period. 1 minute and 17 seconds to go on the Bulldogs power play. We've got number 16 and number 7 going at it for the face-off.
Good chances from both teams here as Vancouver looks to win that draw. Now going behind their net with 1:10 left in this penalty kill. Can't quite get it out of the zone. It's behind the net now. Vancouver looking to get it out. Once again, can't quite do it. But Vancouver's defenseman bobbles it and gives it to the Vancouver player. Now Vancouver skating, enters the offensive zone on the penalty kill, trying to burn some time off. Skating around, making nice moves, now driving. Takes a shot just off the outside pad and it goes far. What a great play. Now fighting again for it. Burnaby carrying it off the line. Skating up. 20 seconds left in this opportunity here. Curling around. Takes a far shot just wide. Burnaby can't keep it in as there's less than 10 seconds left in this. Burnaby doesn't quite go offside there. Almost does though. To the discretion of the referee. Now even strength here as Vancouver will look to make up for lost time with that penalty kill. Pressuring here. Burnaby's defenseman evades it. Now going for a skate here. Checker. Now Vancouver's turn to go for a skate is looking like a 2-on-1 here. Centers it. Goaltender makes a great save, although there's a hand up by the goalie as Burnaby with the tripping.
And the Spirit will head back to their power play as they're 0 for 1 today, hoping to make that 1 for 2 with a 500 power play percentage in the game.
You mentioned 5 penalties for each team here, and it's looking like the way that they're going, they might actually do it.
Change is out, and number 31 is in with 6:53 to go in the game, and a 2-minute power play for the Vancouver Spirit.
Vancouver just dominating here in the face-off zone. Vancouver keeping it deep, and defenseman will look to keep it deep again. He does. Vancouver now gets checked along the goal line, although providing pressure. Trying to get it back here. And Vancouver does. Centers it. No one there, though. And it'll go out of the zone, and Vancouver will be forced to regroup as they go D to D. Defenseman dumps it deep and goes for a change. Vancouver with good pressure here. Skating around is there's still 1:10 on this power play. Burnaby. Vancouver's defense with a great play to keep it in the zone, diving for it. And they'll keep it behind the net, curling around, gets it to his partner who swings it right back to him. Now behind the net here. Looking for a pass. Shoots it. It slips through. What a goal for Vancouver. Make it 0.
As they capitalize on the cold goaltender and their power play, which moves to 1 for 2 for today's game with 37 to go in the second period. And now a 2-goal lead.
Tim Harrison side there with the goal. Great play coming behind the net, swinging around and getting a good spin as it goes 5-hole. As Burnaby now in a and it's now even strength. Burnaby now skating along the middle, takes a shot, goes off the pad. Burnaby with the what a play by the Vancouver goaltender. Keeping it in the zone. Great pad save there. Vancouver trying to break it out. Burnaby now right in front of the net. Can't quite capitalize. Burnaby's defenseman throws it back deep as they'll fight for it. Vancouver now tries to go D to D, gets tipped by Burnaby forward. As it goes in front of the net, goalie swats it away. Vancouver can't quite get it past their D as Burnaby once again, great pressure. Swinging it. Although Vancouver finally gets it to a winger. Vancouver now, goaltender with once again a good stop. He has been lights out so far.
Yeah, he's been great. 4:31 to go in the period, and he's really only had about 5 shots that have really tested him, and he's come to the occasion. Some players are just born with the playoff gene.
And his teammates showing some gratefulness there as Vancouver once again lines up for the draw. Some stuff, and Vancouver comes in and takes it. Now going around the boards here. Vancouver just gets it out, and some decent pressure, although Burnaby retains. Now skating. Can't quite keep it in, and it'll go back to his Burnaby defenseman who goes off the boards to a winger. Winger can't quite collect, and it goes to Vancouver. Vancouver now on the red. Nice toe drag by number 19 and dumps it in. Burnaby recovering. Pass it to his partner. Burnaby gets it out, and Vancouver can't quite collect. They throw it deep. Vancouver now stops the breakout. Going behind the net. Looking for a center. Takes a shot. Just goes off the outside of the net. Now in front of the net. Vancouver, good backhand chance. Goes off a player. Great save by Burnaby there. Burnaby now looking to get it out. Scrum along the boards. Can't quite do it. Now they do. The center, nice move between the legs of the defender. Burnaby carrying it in. Penalty here. Vancouver, as player in the corner, looks not well.
The penalty. Down after, but the ref calls here whether have is lines person as number 9 gets, or sorry, number 8 gets up for Burnaby, is welcomed by of stick taps from both teams.
Can't feel well being hit into the boards like that.
Yeah, it's big. 2-minute power play for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they can capitalize on this opportunity.
Yeah. Burnaby now. Defenseman gets it deep. Now curling around. Tries to cut. Goes behind the net. Goes back to the slot. Can't quite connect. Now Vancouver will skate with it and beats the defenseman. Now one more to beat. Gets checked and just throws it behind the net. Vancouver, good pressure on the penalty kill so far as Burnaby trying to break it out. Burnaby can't quite get it out. Vancouver keeps it in again. Good backhand flip down to the bottom of the zone. It goes off a Burnaby player's helmet. Burnaby now at the point. Vancouver, dumps it down. Vancouver carrying it behind the net. Centers it. Good save by the goaltender there.
Burnaby power play and 1:41 to go in the second period. It's a defensive zone draw for the Bulldogs, and correct me if I'm wrong, they haven't had a dangerous opportunity yet on this power play.
Yeah, they've had some opportunities, but passes just aren't quite connecting so far, but
we'll see if
they will try and amend. 52 seconds left they have. So they'll take a draw on their defense.
Let's see. This face-off is a big face-off for this power play, as Burnaby does win it,
Although,
but eventually loses it to the Vancouver Spirit player. Number 3.
Oh, in front of the net there. Burnaby, a little lucky, honestly. Now carrying out of the zone, and little 2-on-2 as spins around. Now on the boards here, Burnaby player falls down, takes the Vancouver player with him. Burnaby getting into the middle here. Pass, shot, goes off the pad. What a great save again by the Vancouver goaltender. Just locked in tonight. Vancouver now only 8 seconds left on the kill, just skating it up. Stick handling, throws it deep, and that'll be it for the 2-minute penalty. Is Vancouver and Burnaby are even, 43 seconds left. Burnaby now trying to break it out. And Vancouver slowly moving it. Nice softer pass. Neck though. Burnaby checked. Burnaby now driving along the side. Behind the net. Fighting for it. Curls down, gets checked. Recovers with it though. Now gets a penalty there, as there'll be a hand raised for the last 1 second of this period, as that'll be all she wrote for the second lead for Vancouver, as there's a penalty there. Not quite sure on who though.
Who's it on and what the penalty is for.
Meantime, great throw though. They can't get anything done once they have the puck. Vancouver with had some quick and chances, and Vancouver just not quite getting, Burnaby not quite getting those, sorry.
Both coaches having a talking to. Vancouver's head coach likely telling the pace, and Burnaby's coach probably talking about how they can get back with it from this game.
Just final comments here from both as they'll get ready for the last 15 here. And Burnaby really needs these 2 goals here for the playoffs. As in the playoffs, there's only less than 15 games, I think. Every game counts in these playoff round robins here. Every goal counts. As Burnaby's goalie in his net.
11-minute period. 2-minute power play to start off for the Bulldogs. This would be a game-changing power play if they capitalize here.
Hold on, it looks like it's actually a power play for Vancouver here, which now is a very crucial 2 minutes here for Burnaby. They cannot get scored on here. Vancouver will look to put the final nail in the coffin, hopefully, here. Knock on wood. As they'll line up for the draw, shorthanded. Exactly. Vancouver now carrying it in. Tries to get it deep, can't quite do it. In the slot here. Goes deep into the corner. Burnaby now just gets it out. Goes for a chase. Gets the puck. Partial breakaway here for number 7. Can't quite get it on the backhand though, as
number
Vancouver
4
looks to recover. Great check there by the defenseman, and you have to say what could have been if he had beaten him.
Yeah.
Vancouver now throwing it deep. Looking like it's no icing here, as Burnaby will look to kill some more time off, and carrying. Checked at the red, and Vancouver gets another chance. They'll throw it deep though. Burnaby now again, skating behind the net. Tries to throw it off the boards. Just quite gets it out. Now applying pressure to the defenseman. And now puck in the middle. Burnaby defenseman gets it. He just lets it go by him, and now little 2-on-1 for Vancouver here. Vancouver going around the net. Tries to center. It goes off the net. Now Burnaby, last 30 seconds of this penalty kill here. Gets it past the defender. Defender recollects. Centers it. Can't quite connect with the pass. Good opportunity there for Vancouver. And they'll fight for it to the corner. Burnaby clears it out of the middle. 15 seconds left here. Vancouver with a good shot. Goes off one of his own teammates. Burnaby now skating with it. Going. Puck protecting. Tries to throw deep. He does, as that'll be it for the penalty kill. Crucial for Burnaby. As Vancouver now trying to break it out. They just do. Vancouver throws it deep, and Burnaby's defenseman will try to evade the forechecking. Good pass, good rim along the boards there. Vancouver's player falls on the puck. Burnaby collects it, tries to chip it out, gets it on the second chance. Good one-handed catch there from Burnaby as he tries to beat the defender. He does, skating for it. Can't quite collect as 11 uses his frame. Feels like an ASU frat leader. Now, Burnaby on the line, loses it, and then it looks like it'll be a breakaway for 19 again, his second one of the night. Goes to the drag, great save from the goaltender, and they can't collect on the rebound now. Skate, driving to the net, across, great move, can't finish. And now it'll be a penalty for Vancouver as that looked like it was a flash.
And
What
the
a
Bulldogs
sequence.
headed to their power play, which is so far 2. Yeah. Had the net. I'm pretty sure number 6 just caught an edge there on the top of the circle and slid on his knees. And it's as mentioned before, this is a crucial power play for the Bulldogs. They really need a goal here if they plan on coming back.
Now wins the draw on the penalty kill. First of a while. Now fighting on the board. Throws it. Now will chase. Goes off the boards. Burnaby now make it Deacon. It'll go back to the Burnaby defender. Burnaby defender throws it down to the middle. Carrying. So far as there's less than a minute 30 left in this penalty.
7:11 left to go in the third period. And we are as close as it gets here with a 2-goal lead for the Vancouver Spirit and 1:24 to go on the power play.
7-11 left. This goaltender deserves.
Yeah.
Jeez, he has been incredible. As take that away from him.
And number 7 and number 18 on the face-off, and I think number 7 on Burnaby is going to get kicked out for a late change. And we'll have number 10 replace him, and 18 and 10 going at it, and 10
Burnaby,
wins the
good
face-off.
there. Burnaby keeping it in the zone. Great shot. Can't quite connect on that, though. It goes through his legs. Vancouver now looking to get it deep, and they just do. Now, Burnaby forced to recover. Minute left. And they'll get it to the wing as players are yelling from the bench. Now, Burnaby skating it up. Looking to beat both defenders. Goes wide. Centers it. Gets taken away by the Burnaby defender and Vancouver. Burnaby now trying to go through. He does. Can't quite keep the puck though. Good shot. Can't quite hit the net. Now Vancouver. That's it. And stripping by Burnaby. Just penalty after penalty. A little bit of 4-on-4 action for the next 20 seconds.
6:06 to go in the period. Here, 4-on-4 action. And we're headed to the Burnaby Bulldogs zone. And Spirit capitalize on this 1 minute and 40-second power play, and they might be able to put the game on cruise control for the remainder of it. 4-on-4 draw here in the Bulldog zone, and it's won by the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs win that one, and Bulldogs, as Bulldog defenseman will get checked on the boards there. Vancouver now carrying it from behind, gets it to his defenseman. Defenseman takes a slap shot, goes off the leg as the center can't quite do it. Now, on the penalty kill now, last 6 minutes to go. Vancouver, good shot, can't quite connect the net. Burnaby now. Oh, just trips on the slap shot there. Now Burnaby will carry it out of the zone. Now, can't quite get it. The defenseman now looking to carry. Less than a minute left in this penalty. Vancouver entering the zone, just on side there. Burnaby fighting for it in the corner. Can't quite win it. Vancouver tries to get it to the center. Not quite on the stick as Vancouver can't keep it in. Now Burnaby trying to kill 30 seconds left. Gets deep and they went to the puck. Now out. Vancouver down. And Burnaby recovering. Skating. Trying to skate through. Can't quite do it. Vancouver players not quite paying attention. Bounces. Vancouver now giving just enough time for Burnaby to kill the last seconds of this penalty as they have 4 minutes left to try and make a 2-goal comeback. Burnaby now skating. Ships on, throws it back. Vancouver gets it. Vancouver trying to break it out here, can't quite do it. Now, Burnaby can't quite get the puck. Vancouver racing for it. Burnaby finally gets it. Throws it down. Vancouver now trying to break it in. Neutral zone. Goes far side to his defensive partner. Now cuts down the middle. Cutting through. Making a nice move. Takes a good shot. Doesn't quite connect to the net. Now Burnaby behind their net. 3 minutes to go. As Burnaby chips it. Can't quite get it out of the zone. It goes back down deep. Burnaby. Vancouver with a good shot. Doesn't connect. Both teams looking for a goal here. Different reasons. As Burnaby now skating with it. Gets it to his partner. Cuts through the middle. Can't quite get a shot off. Now Burnaby's defenseman takes a slap shot. Whiffs on it. Now applying pressure. A Burnaby defenseman who trying to win the race to the puck. Just chips it out of the way. Now in the corner here. Vancouver curling around with it. Looking for a pass. Trying to make time. Makes a nice move to the center. Gets it to the slot. To his partner right in front of the net who goes across. No one there to get it though. Burnaby now. Just in the zone. Gets it out. Vancouver brings it back in and that's an offside. As there's a minute 2 left.
And
well, Burnaby really needs to mount a comeback here, and Vancouver really needs to Burnaby wins this draw. Now behind their net, curling around. Gets it to a winger. Winger chips it just out center now, carrying it. Looking like a good opportunity there. Quickly scores. Strong back checkers this whole game here.
Yeah, they've been very strong on the back check.
Now, we're trying to center, can't quite get it. The zone and looking like every now coming around, making nifty back and forth passes. As Burnaby once again keeping it in, now trying to drive to the slot, makes a nice move, can't quite get it. Burnaby in front of the net takes a shot, hits the defender's skate. Less than a minute left now, and Burnaby really putting the pressure on here. Vancouver just elects to shoot around, gets in front of the net, has to shoot away to the corner again. And referee will blow the whistle with 20 seconds left in this game.
And the Bulldogs will head to the power play for 18 seconds. As
maybe less.
Yeah, maybe even less if they can capitalize quickly.
Which they really need. They really need. 6-on-4 hockey here for the last 18.3. Third period.
Crucial goals, even if they only score one, be the difference between making a banner game and not making a banner game.
Sure. Vancouver wins the draw here. Looking for throwing it down. Pretty quick feet here as around the defender. Defender just gets a good enough reach on it. As last 5 seconds of this game, he'll look to just skate it down. Burnaby looking for one last shot as they can't quite get it in. Vancouver wins this game 2-0. Well fought by both teams. Good pressure by Burnaby on the chances given as Vancouver dominated in the face-off circle and
just a hockey game to watch. Both teams played all three goalies played phenomenal. Played very well.
Vancouver just locked in on all three levels there. Goaltending, defensive, and offensive capability.
Yeah, it really was a team there for the Vancouver Spirit.
As the parents are quite pleased. My name is Riley Foreman, and my partner here, Josh Swanson.
Signing off.